So that puts the date of my bottle as between 1995 and 2002. And regardless of where in there it falls, there's one thing I know for sure. Hello and welcome to My Tiny Bottles, the project where I'm exploring my grandmother's legacy of miniature liquor bottles, one tiny bottle at a time. I'm your host, Tammy Coxon. If asked to name a brand of white chocolate liqueur, I suspect most people would say Godiva. While that brand is better known, if my research is correct, tiny bottle number 38, Godet white chocolate liqueur, might actually have been the first. People have been putting chocolate into alcohol for a very long time. Chocolate wine was a thing at least as far back as the 1700s, and creme de cacao, both white and dark varieties, has been around for a long time. But despite the presence of creme in the name, creme de cacao doesn't actually have any cream in it, whereas white chocolate liqueur definitely does. There are no hard and fast rules, but in general, when compared to creme de cacao, a chocolate liqueur is going to have a fuller and richer texture, which may or may not involve dairy. In our modern era, the first thing advertised as a chocolate liqueur as opposed to a creme de cacao appears to have been Mozart, an Austrian dark chocolate liqueur that was created in 1979 and mostly sold to tourists. In 1993, our good friend Seagram managed to convince Godiva Chocolate to team up with them on a chocolate liqueur. It originally faced limited success, but their introduction of white chocolate and coffee varieties in 1996 helped rescue the original. These new varieties were cream-based, which probably helped them attract drinkers of the wildly popular Bailey's Irish Cream, which had been around since the mid-1970s. But there was already one white chocolate liqueur on the market before Seagram's released the Godiva brand in 1996, and that was Godet. It first appears in newspaper advertising in 1995. Godet is not, as I originally thought, a Belgian chocolate producer. While the liqueur was made for them in Belgium, Godet is actually a cognac house, headquartered in New Rochelle, France, and the liqueur is a blend of cognac and white chocolate. At the time the liqueur was being formulated, the Godet company was owned by the Grand Metropolitan Group, who've come up in passing in other episodes, and who eventually became absorbed in the multi-headed hydra that is spirits giant Diageo. But the Godet family bought the company back in 1995, right around when the liqueur was being released. It's unclear to me if the white chocolate liqueur went to the family or stayed with Diageo. Certainly, there's no evidence on the Godet Cognac website today that they ever stooped so low as to make a cream liqueur. The trademark was owned by Godet, but in 2002, the lawyer handling the trademark was with Diageo. The trademark document was also useful in figuring out the date of my tiny bottle, as the 2002 trademark update includes a picture of the label, and by that time it was being made in Ireland, not Belgium, as on my bottle. Which makes sense, because by that time the Diageo portfolio included Bailey's Irish Cream, so why not make all your cream liqueurs in one place? So that puts the date of my bottle as between 1995 and 2002. And regardless of where in there it falls, there's one thing I know for sure, which is that it is the first entry into the not ever going to be tasted list. There's no best before date on my bottle, but there is no possible way that a cream-based liqueur is still good. I can't tell for sure because it's opaque, but as I said in the reveal video, I think this one is mostly solid, and I don't plan to open it to find out. Do you remember Godet? I think it stuck around until 2011 or thereabouts. If so, leave a comment below with your recollections, or tell me about your favorite chocolate liqueur. Hit that subscribe button while you're there, and don't forget to follow @MyTinyBottles on social media. You can also visit mytinybottles.com for close-up pictures and other information about this bottle and all the bottles. Cheers!